Hi, it's Chelsea. I'm doing a special demo today. This is specifically for the brides that are interested in having me do their makeup for their wedding days. So hi ladies. What I want to do is I'm just going to do a little demo that you can use for every day, and it's inspired, actually, I watched last night P.S. I Love You, and it was, I cried my eyes out, but I was noticing throughout the movie that Hilary Swank, her makeup was really natural. You could tell she was wearing a little bit to enhance her features, but she has great cheeks and she has great skin. So I want to give you a little inspiration on how you can recreate this at home. So first what I want to do is I'm going to use a cream blush. This is Mirabella cream blush, and this is a seasonal color. It's called Tulip. And if you can see, there are little gold flecks in it. So I'm starting with a naked face, just a little bit of primer, and I also use concealer around my eyes and around my nose. So I want to just look really fresh and really beautiful. So I'm going to start with the cream blush, and I'm going to put it right on the apples of my cheeks. Just give a little smile to locate the apples of your cheeks, and then you're just going to go and pat it into the skin and circle it out until it's all blended in. And it will look a little bright because we're going to put mineral makeup over the top of it so that it looks just like a really healthy, natural glow. Okay, and if you want, you can add a little bit to your forehead. Okay, so after you apply that, what you're going to do is, I'm using Mirabella Pure Press. This is pressed mineral makeup, and I'm sure by now everyone's heard of mineral makeup, and a lot of times you'll see it loose, but the pressed powder, when you put it on your brush, when you apply it, it's going to give you a little bit more coverage. So we're just going to circle it into the skin, and I love this kabuki brush because it's really, really soft. Kabuki brushes are not all created equal, and this brush I just really, really love. It's always annoying when you have to go through and pick off all the nasty little hairs off your face before you leave the house because your brush is shed all over your face. So that's not cute, and I like to avoid that at all costs. So now that we have our powder and our blush, what I'm going to do is create a really natural beauty look. And I'm going to use some highlight and low light colors, but we're just going to keep it really, really simple. And I'm going to use Mirabella, this peachy color, all over my eyeball area. So I'm just going to take sweeping motions and just go across. I'm not going all the way up to the brow bone, but I'm just going where my eyeball is with my eye shut. And this is just going to create a little bit of dimension without bringing too much attention to your eye makeup. What you want your focus to be on is your lashes and your skin and a little bit of shimmer on the lips. So now I'm going to go through with my highlight color, and this is the same color. I think it's called Gilded. It's a buttery, shimmery, golden white color. It's right here in the middle. And I'm just going to highlight my eye just to give my eyebrow bone a little shimmer, and then I'm going to go through and just add a little bit of a darker color to the lower part of my lid, and I'm going to use a purpley. This is called Mirabella, the color. That sounded funny. Okay, so I'm just going to make a quick sweep by my lash line because I'm not going to use eyeliner in this look. I want my lashes to look really long and just really sleek. So the color that I use, it's right here. And then I'm just going to blend them together quickly. So the next step to creating a really fresh look is your eyebrows. And a lot of women neglect to pencil or powder their eyebrows. And even if you feel like you have thick brows, it can't hurt just adding a little bit of definition to your brow. So I'm going to use my eyebrow brush and a matte brown eyebrow color, and I'm just going to trace the outline of my brows. Some people like to comb them up, comb them down to find where the true shape is, but on my face I know them so well that I don't really need to do that. But if you're having a hard time actually finding the shape of your brow, you can comb them all down, and sometimes you can see where they truly lie. And I went crazy this month shaping my brows. I don't know what I was thinking. And now they're really sparse, so. And eyebrows are so expressive that when you give them a little bit of presence, it just opens up that eye area so nicely. Now what I want to do is I want to curl my lashes. Just give it, I'm going to start at the very base. Make sure you're not pinching your lower lashes, and then squeeze right out. So that you're not just kinking the base, that you're actually curling all the way out to the tips. And I'm going to take my favorite mascara. This is Dior Show. It's by Christian Dior, and it's waterproof, and it's a really big, thick brush, and that's going to give you volume and length. So I'm going to try not to get my lid because I'm so far away from my mirror. And if you do screw up with your mascara, just take a damp Q-tip and place it right on the spot that you smudged, and then just twirl it right there. I don't have any down here, I'd show you. Okay, so you're getting really, really close to the base and then wiggling right out. So again, the look, we really want emphasis on those lashes, so a couple coats is fine. Right now, I'm just going to do one coat, and then maybe I'll add some more for the pictures later. And then I want to give some emphasis to the outside corners, so I'm just dabbing it right on. And then I want to take, this is a mineral refract powder. This is like a gold, more like a neutral shimmer. And I'm going to add it on my finger to my cheeks, just to give a little bit more of a presence. Okay, and then I'm just going to go through with a gloss, and the gloss is gorgeous. This is Christian Dior, and if you can see, it's really, really sparkly and pretty and just a nice neutral. This is called Carolina Beige. And that's it. That's your nice natural beauty look inspired by Hilary Swank from P.S. I Love You. Not her best film, definitely a renter anyways, but very touching. So if you have any questions, email me. And if anyone's watching this and wants to know how to enhance some of their features, as long as you're okay with your picture on YouTube, email me a picture of yourself and a feature that you want to learn how to emphasize, and I'll try and incorporate it into a look. Thank you!